What did the Raptors do in this particular game to take out the Bucks?
This whole series has been a bit of a gamble with the way the lineup's been set up, and the big change this time I think was Casey finally decided to shuffle the team around the last game and this game, and figure out who was going to work against the Bucks, and that made all the difference. And fucking Norman Powell, as Brian and I have been calling all series long, needed to be the important guy to score those points. They're going to double team DeRozan, they're going to double team Lowry. They got to be able to dish to people they're going to produce, and the guys that produced today was just about everybody on the roster. Ibaka to start, and Norman Powell to finish, and Norman Powell throughout the game. So.
I mean, there's another whole other sense of energy when Norman Powell gets on the court, especially in clutch games like this, especially when he has really, really good games like this. You know, as soon as he decides that he wants to have a good game, he just runs away with it. You know, and it's something that, if
That dunk at the end of the game.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
It was the nastiest dunk I think I've ever seen.
Again, just like being solid and being a game changer, being like a dominant force on the court, and
a lightning rod.
You know, Kyle Lowry, he's not been the same since he got back from his injury. His wrist is still a little bit weak. That's fine. He's coming up a little short. Had a pretty good game coming into the second, but yeah, man, Powell and Ibaka were game changers, and it's so great that we can look to those two guys. That's not DeMar DeRozan. That's not Kyle Lowry. You know what I mean? That's not JV. We can look to other people on our bench and have confidence in them, and they can be the game changers.
Absolutely. Like, it looks like he's the wave of the future. It's not like we have to rebuild because we got all these young guys. Right. You know, so like even Wright, even Nogueira, like I really like our young core moving forward.
Yeah, we have a crazy bench. It's absolutely great to see the depth on the team, and that was the thing that was frustrating to see in Game 1 and a little bit in Game 2 was like, why wasn't Casey using those tools that we've been using all season long? We knew last year in the playoffs that Powell had ice in his veins. He was guarding guys like LeBron James and doing well at it, and it never fazed him. He opened the game today, and he got blocked a couple times, but it didn't change the way he drove to the net and drew fouls. You know, it doesn't affect him, and that was huge. And it's always been the bench of the Raptors that makes the difference, and it needs to always be that way.
Yeah.
DeRozan and Lowry can produce, but they get shut down quickly by double teams. And you know, you can't rely on them. So as long as the rest of the guys produce, guys like Ibaka, guys like Powell, mix that game up, and then you got guys like Tucker coming in and just shutting down the offense on the other side. It's great game.
Tucker had no numbers tonight, right? Like Tucker had like 5 points and a couple of steals or whatever like that, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because he was such a difference maker against Giannis. He was boxing him out. He's the only person that can actually answer to Giannis.
Keep this team together. That's where I'm at. Like, find a way to sign Ibaka, Tucker, and Lowry if you can. You got Patterson as a free agent as well. I don't know how you can keep all of them, but I like Patterson. You know.
Patterson and Carroll, they're the guys that need to make. Carroll again was a difference maker today. They've been the guys all season long where if they provide, if they produce, then they're great. They're great defensive elements, and they do better now that Tucker's there and Ibaka's there, and there's a bigger defensive element throughout the rest of the team. But you know, we got to make the right choices, and I think Ibaka, Tucker, got to stay. You know, we figure out what the right move is for Lowry, and we see what happens with the rest of the lineup.
That's great, guys. Well, listen, really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. Can we get maybe a Let's Go Raptors for the fan here?
Yeah. Norman Powell.
Let's go Raptors.
Let's go Raptors.
Norman Powell.
Norman Powell.
Let's go.